Hey, welcome to another Valley Forged. I've been at work. I think you can see in the background it's a little messy, and that's for a reason. I've been busy. And I finally somewhat finished the purse file, and I think I'm ready to get it out to you. And I'm actually asking for your help in a way. I think it's done. I've made a bunch of them and a bunch of different versions, and I'm hoping that they will really work well for you. Those of you out there who just look at this and say, wow, that's pretty cool, or wow, I really like that. I want to help you make it and feel what I feel, that sense of accomplishment when you make this. It has been a journey. This purse is one of the first things I ever made when I got into lasers. I actually worked at a makerspace. So I took a class on lasers at this community makerspace and just instantly fell in love with lasers. And it's all I've really wanted to do ever since. And I came across living hinges. And, you know, kind of like this living hinge, you can bend wood. You can bend wood by how you cut it. And it could go all the way like this. Oh my gosh, could you believe that? And I couldn't believe it. It was just something that completely just blew my mind. And I was like, I have to do something with this. And I came across the purses and stuff, and I decided, okay, I'm going to make one of these. I proceeded to spend all of my time and money and all the scraps I could find creating this purse file the way that I wanted it. And it was kind of the first major project that I took out to a farmer's market, and just watching people's faces, these ladies' faces when they saw it, it really made me feel like I had finally created something worthwhile. And it wasn't so difficult because it was something that I wanted to do, right? But I couldn't, I have been asked so many times for this file, and so many people have said, hey, put this out so I can make it. And it's just too hard. I'm sorry, it was just too hard. I have spent the last couple of weeks, I've spent the last couple of years, but really the past couple of weeks really putting this together so that I feel like anybody can make it if they want to. And so this file is now out. The link is below. I put it for half the price that I'm going to put it, at least through the next, till let's say August 1st. And what I'm looking for is feedback. And so if you want to take this, you want to try it, I shouldn't go any further without thanking Craft Closet. No, this isn't a commercial. It's just that I wanted to make this file. So I reached out to Craft Closet to see if they had any seconds, any things that they couldn't sell to you, and if they could send to me so that I could practice and do this file without racking up hundreds and hundreds of dollars of trial and error, which is what it takes. And so they sent me out like 30 pieces of seconds so I could just practice. And I went through a lot of that, trying to perfect this. So there is a link below for Craft Closet, discount link, and it's where I get all of my wood. But even better, they've been an amazing partner to me to help me grow. And I have really started to use the finished 12 by 19 3mm for all of this. And so that's what I've been using. Even though sometimes I will well, I always spray it again at the end of the project, but I will show you in the step-by-step video, which will come. I'm going to go through all the steps here in this video, but I'm also going to make a longer, detailed step-by-step video after I get some feedback, hopefully from you, and make sure that that I'm not delusional and that you can make this like I can make this. And I not only think that you can make it, and I do suggest that you sell these, all the physical copies, please, keep the file to yourself, but if all the physical copies of this you could make, I really suggest you try selling and give me the feedback and let me know how that works for you as well. But I also think you can innovate, and you can even make this better than I have. It's one of those things that can really bring out your creativity, and you can take this all to the next level. So let's get to the basics here. What am I talking about here? I have in the file, I have put like 4 different versions so far. I have more to come, and you'll be able to download those without paying any extra later, because I'm going to put it into the same file on Etsy. And this is the purse, and it's brilliant. I love the way it looks. I'm very, very happy with how everything turned out. Now this is the flower pattern that will come with it, and you could just engrave this out. You don't have to do what I did here. I did an inlay, and I certainly wouldn't suggest that on your first one. It's difficult. It takes some thought, but I think it turns out really, really well. Love doing inlays. I used actual real velvet on the inside, and I think that just feels really, really nice. And I just went to Hobby Lobby. They have their 30 or 40% off. And I just bought some of that. Doesn't take much. And that pattern for the lining is already included. So I just cut this out on some scrap, and then I was able to, I just used to cut it out. But you can cut it out depending on what you're using. If you're using a leather for a lining, I used some of this leather I just got from some easy Tandy stuff that's real thin and flexible, and you can cut that out with the laser. Or as I said, I used the velvet here, so I cut that out by hand, but I made the pattern in 3mm so that it would be easy to cut out. The living hinge design that I used for this, I think it looks nice, but it's also the best one I could find as far as the perfect amount of flexibility without being overly flexible. You don't want that either. Lots and lots of trial and error. Now, originally I had used more of this straight way to go, but over time you could see it bulges a little bit on the sides, and so I really feel like the current version that I have is the best of all worlds. Again, a lot of trial and error. Including in it is the strap file, so you'll get the accessories. I'll show you the file in a second, but the straps are included for you to cut out with leather. You can, and this is kind of how they'll look. And then what I did is I used these screw-in kind of screw-in rivets that I thought looked really nice, and it's super easy to do. But you can also just use a regular rivets that's super cheap on Amazon. I've used them for a long time. They look great. They work great. You may have to change the hole size in the straps, but you don't have to make your own straps. And this is, I'm working on this right now. And although I don't have a version to show you, it'll be in the file, which is the handle strap. It just takes one and goes from to the two sides. That's a way to go. You can buy your own straps from Amazon, and you wouldn't necessarily need to make your own straps. If you just want to work with wood, that's fine. It's all a process. It's all learning. And honestly, you can get some gorgeous straps, from anywhere, or you can take some from an old purse. There's just really so many ways to do this, and it can be so much fun and so rewarding. So let's briefly go over the file. I apologize if I'm forgetting anything. I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff. It's been a lot of work, and I just wanted to get it to you so that we could have some feedback and have some fun together. This is the bling. I call it bling, but it's the crown. And it was just an off-the-cuff design that I made a long time ago, and it immediately sold. So I definitely wanted to remake it. Here, this is kind of how it looks, before you fold it and put the edges on it. And this is nice because you can transport it pretty easily, and then you can have them extras that you can put together if you need to. But yeah, this is how this pattern will come out, and then you can decorate it or do it in any ways that you want. And so this is kind of how the file will look. I've separated them especially for Lightburn. Everything has its own line. Pretty easy to do. If you're using the SVG, which I included, you're going to have to separate these yourself. I did put in a blank one so that you can just put whatever designs you want. And there will be other designs that come out. Like here's a New York one that I'm coming up with. This one won't be in the file yet, but later it will be. I haven't made it. I want to make sure I make them all before they get to you. But here's the rose. So you can kind of get an idea, and I use 12 by 19 sheets, again, that I got from Craft Closet. So if you look at the purse file itself, it's about 11.8 inches. So it fits within that 12-inch piece of wood pretty tight. So just realize, you're going to want to line things up. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. It is a process, and I try and enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, and I'm confident that it will come out good for you if you do that. Think through what you're going to do and why, and just make sure your settings are right. The settings are on you. Do not pay attention to the settings that I have there. Look at each individual layer and say, okay, what am I doing there? Right now this is set to cut. This is going to cut all of this out. So what are you going to do with it after you cut it out? Right? I have in the past, I have put resin, in here and done different colors, and it's so gorgeous, but it adds so much work. I certainly wouldn't do that on the first one. So you can engrave this out, which looks beautiful. So you would make sure that you switch that particular layer to engrave, and to make sure you change the settings so it's not cutting it out. Speaking from experience, I've made that mistake. And you really don't want to make those kind of mistakes on, a $12 piece of wood or whatever, And as far as putting it together, like here's what I'm starting to work on right now. I love the look of this version, especially with the red velvet inside. It reminds me of a ship, especially when it's all done. And it comes with stand, so that if somebody gets this, they can display it, right? So it sits right on the stand, looks really nice. And when it's all put together, it reminds me of a ship, right? An old galleon, or wherever you are, or wherever it's displayed. It's just very, very beautiful, and you can't take your eyes off it. But when you're putting this together, and it bends fairly easily, you just take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Make sure you're sitting down. Just put one of the hooks in, and then all the way in, all the way up, and then just fold it over gently, and slowly push down and you will get the other side in. And just, again, if you have to force it, something's not right. It should not be difficult, but I do it slowly every time, and I make sure that I'm just taking my time putting it in. But it's not that difficult. I have only ever broke one of these living hinges trying to put these together. That was the old version, and it just wasn't nearly as flexible as it needed to be back then. And that's why you see it kind of has those bulges. So with this version, I've never broke one. It's never been an issue. The only problems I've ever had is user error, really. My Atom Stack Craft here, it's a 20 watt, and it literally has never made a mistake. And so I'm very, very happy with that. It's never done something and not been able to finish and have a clean cutout. That's been really, really nice. I'll put a link for the Craft 20 watt below. Rolly Lasermatic, amazing to do this with. Lots of lasers out there. Would be just great for doing this. I would suggest 20 watts or above. And of course, having at least a 12 by 19 size bed. Again, I'm not going into super depth here. If you're brand new to lasers, I probably wouldn't try this yet. I have lots of files for more beginner and intermediate. This is kind of an intermediate thing. I would definitely not mess with this even though I did one of my first projects, right? And it was way more crude than this. But if you're super motivated and you really want to, learn, and you're not afraid to mess up a little bit, it's going to cost you a little bit of money, then I would hold off on doing this one until you have practiced a little more. And here's the accessory pack. So it has the straps. And again, here's the side handle. So with that, I'm going to add these, but two little side things where, something like this will attach to, and you can see the side handle there. So if I'll have two pieces of leather, or one piece of leather that will circle around that, and you'll be able to attach the D-ring to that. And you should be able to do this. These are just linings so that you can see, take this and cut out a piece of leather or velvet or something, and you can put it over the back of this so it'll look nice. The lining pattern, the stand, stuff like that. So I may add more to this accessory package over time, and hopefully in about a week, after I get some feedback from y'all, maybe a week and a half, we'll come out with the full step-by-step video on how to make this. And I'm pretty excited. So this is it. Time to step up. Time to get those juices flowing, get that imagination going, and see if you can't make one of these. And I think that you will feel a great sense of pride after finishing it. Makes a great gift, makes a great thing to sell. Please leave any comments on this project in this video if you can, so that other people can see what's going right, what's going wrong, how you're feeling about it. And if you have any trouble with the file itself, you can hit me up on Etsy, and I can answer that as well. So that's going to be it for this video. Again, be much more detailed on the next one. And good luck out there. And thank you for making all of this possible. And I will see you in the next one. Love y'all.